Good afternoon, everyone. Jonathan Davis here with Davis AutoSports. Truly excited to offer you guys this very rare '03 Tahoe. I say it's rare not for it being an '03 Tahoe, obviously it's not, but for what this vehicle has to offer. Condition, mileage, history, service documentations, the whole nine. Rust-free. To find a Tahoe this generation in this condition with everything this has to offer, that is what's rare about this truck. I've personally owned 5 or 6 of these throughout the year since they've been produced. I've sold at least 40. I know these trucks inside and out. I know the goods, the bads, everything about these trucks, and this is a very, very special Tahoe. So starting out, it's an '03 as mentioned with 104,000 original miles. It is a true one-owner vehicle. Carfax shows it as a one-owner, original title, 40 service records on the Carfax report. Tahoe is 100% original, no modifications. Of course, it's been serviced and parts have been installed on it throughout the life of it, but it's no modifications, 100% all original. All of the paintwork is also original, and it shows absolutely beautiful. Dealer service since day one of ownership. The paint came in great condition, and of course we did our full paint correction service on the truck. If you're unfamiliar with a paint correction service, it's about a 5-day process on a vehicle this size. We essentially use different grits of sandpaper and wet sand a very, very thin layer of clear coat off, and then with multiple steps of high-speed compounds, polishes, buffs, and seals, you're left with a end result like that, which is just gorgeous, gorgeous paint. And you're able to get an outcome like this with a combination of starting off with a good condition paint and then knowing how to truly wet sand. Good Michelin tires all the way around. Another reason I say this truck is very rare and just excellent condition is usually the bottom of these doors are eaten up with rust. Same thing with those rocker panels. Check out those doors. This has been a garage kept vehicle as well. Dog legs are absolutely perfect. This thing is just truly, truly spotless. No dry rotting on any of the seals. Show you guys the inside here in a moment. Brand new battery as well. These 5.3 engines, if taken care of, are known to go 300,000-400,000 miles. I've had one with upwards of 280 that I sold to an old neighbor years ago. Great engines. Chrome has no pitting whatsoever. We do have the original window sticker, books, manuals. This truck has a window sticker of $47,000. It's got $9,000 worth of factory options. which I'll show you those here in a moment. Truck, January, February, about March or April, just received a nearly $1,900 service. New shocks all the way around, new battery, brake lines. I mean, this paint is just absolutely beautiful. If there's anything to nitpick on this, and this is no fault of the owner or lack of taking care of, these these wheels, anytime that you actually put a weight on them, you'll get some corroding going on, and there's nothing you can do about that. It's just a characteristic of that wheel. So that is really the only thing to nitpick. You do not find them this clean, I promise you. The bottom sides of these rockers too are absolutely perfect. Usually back in here, this part gets really, really bad. All the way down, those rockers are perfect. Part of the $9,000 includes factory tow package with a transmission cooler, which is very nice to have. All the glass on this Tahoe is original GM glass, which is extremely rare to find. All the emblems are intact. Usually these door handles are faded. Like I said, the only thing to nitpick on this whole truck would be where the weights have been on the wheels, and there's nothing you can do about that. Guys, we are shooting this. You do have a scratch here on the hood that's been touched up. We are shooting this in 4K. So if you have not been watching this in 4K, please replay the video, give it some time to buff up so you can really see this video in full. Interior is truly mint. The only thing there was to nitpick on the interior was the lower driver door leather panel, which we just installed a brand new panel. Check out these door panels, clean as can be. The carpet's clean, the grill's perfect, Bose system, heated seats, adjustable pedals. I mean, it's completely loaded up on the inside. I mean, look how clean that lens is. And this thing was just meticulously cared for. Usually these panels are cracked as well. There's there's just so many little things about these trucks, if you know, that you would really appreciate how nice this is. Floor mats, carpets are spotless, obviously 4-wheel drive. Take a look at how clean these buttons are on the steering wheel. 12 o'clock on the wheel is perfect. Zero odors in this entire truck. There was no animal hair, there was no food in here. This thing pretty much came traded in like this. Just a beautiful condition Tahoe. No cracking on the dash. Usually this bezel piece gets cracked up. The only other thing to really nitpick on this entire interior is just that part of the headliner on the slide out, but we can replace that. We do interior work here. The reason we didn't do it is, you can ride like that, and if we disassemble that, take that out, wrap it, you're $400, and a lot of people don't want to spend $400 on something that they'll never see. We did replace this. This is all brand new leather, and it is absolutely perfect. The back part did not need any replacing. Seat belts are clean. This thing is just so nice. Check out all those buttons, super clean. Leather's beautiful. Leather back here is just incredible. Carpets are spotless. You can tell when a vehicle was detailed to look decent or when it was just always extremely well taken care of. And that's what this truck is. Back pockets haven't had stuff sitting in them getting all stretched out. This is really one of those trucks too that you have to see in person to really appreciate. Back sides of the seats, the carpet, it's brand new. This thing, it's just every little area that you look at, that's just indented from the seatbelt buckle when it was folded down. Same thing with those two spots there. Once it warms up and gets a little bit of air, it'll come right out. This thing's just, it's incredible. You don't find them like this, especially one owner, perfect Carfax, 40 service records on the Carfax report. All the common areas where these things have rust, there's no rust. The bottom of these doors look new, rocker panels look new, inside super clean, serviced up. These things will go forever too. The carpet on that, that's just from great ownership. We have a great reconditioning department here, but this Tahoe looks the way it does from the previous owner, just taking perfect care of it. You got your lumbar seats, heated seats. So we have all your books and manuals in there, but here's the window sticker. So you have your preferred equipment package at 48 and change. Then you have a third row at over 1,000. You have a electric sunroof at 1,000. Locking differential rear axle, which is really nice. Trailer equipment, transmission cooler, convenience package, home link, cargo net. So almost $9,000 worth of options. $46,000 window sticker on an 03 Tahoe. She's loaded up. So you got all your books and manuals in the glove box as well. And these things drive so well too, especially on these Michelin tires. I mean, this thing just floats going down the road. It's just so clean. Slide up that front seat just a hair. Usually you have just a ton of food, and I mean, I can't tell you some of the stuff we've seen on these when they come traded in. But this thing's just definitely not a family vehicle, 100%. So I'm going to give you a quick shot of the rear cargo, then I'm going to fold this third row down so we can get a look. You got to excuse my book bag. I got some of my camera gear and stuff back here. But the carpets back here are perfect. Rear cargo area. There's no gouging from years of throwing stuff in there. Same thing on the other side. I'm going to have to... give me 1 second. There we go. Back of the third rows are even perfect. And these were probably never sat in, honestly. Headliner, super clean. All the vents are intact. I mean, just all the attachment pieces are just super clean. I mean, it's the right one, guys. I mean, there's no doubt about that. I mean, these seats they look brand new. So I said earlier, guys, this is a rare truck. I don't care what anyone says. There's probably a handful of these, because these trucks, first of all, since they're so dependable and reliable, they've been driven forever and dogged out, in the sense that, you know, since they just keep going and going and going, people, you know, once they cosmetically start to get to a certain point where they don't look so good, people just continue to drive them until they die. So to find one like this, you just it's not something you see every day. All right, guys, real quick before we take this thing on a drive, I want to let you guys know that today is Saturday. We're actually closed today. None of our technicians are here. So last night, Friday, my reconditioning department just wrapped up doing this leather seat. And obviously in doing so, they removed the seat. They have to disconnect the harness underneath the seat, which connects the airbag to the seat, because this truck does have side airbags in the seat as part of those, nearly $9,000 worth of options. So when you disconnect power from an airbag and then you reset it, the airbag light is on. Because of that, all it takes is one of my technicians to scan it with our big scanner and reset it. So that's that. So you will see an airbag light on. It's zero issues with the airbags. It's simply from us disconnecting this seat. That's all it is. Once again, steering wheel is just absolutely clean as can be. All the buttons on this truck, from the turn signals to the light switch to the windows, radio, AC. Usually you get in these trucks and you see some white buttons, which are the most common buttons that get hit. Usually the volume button here is white from just, you know, wearing that die out. Same thing on the power button, on the fan button. They actually sell little stickers online to put on there, and they actually sell the buttons as well. But these are all original. Everything illuminates exactly as it should. I mean, this thing is a dream to drive. Like I said, guys, it's going to say service airbag. Just needs to get reset from us taking the seat out. So with owning so many of these trucks over the years, as I was mentioning earlier, I know the goods and the bads. And some of the bads that these things have, obviously rust on the lower doors, rocker panels, all that, as you see, not an issue at all. Another thing is the rear ends in these things, you know, over time will start to get a little bit of hitting from a dead stop. Not an issue on this truck whatsoever. Another thing that all these GM SUVs and pickup trucks are notorious for, in 1500 series, 2500, is a little bit of steering slap in the steering column, and this thing has none of that. Extremely tight on the steering, and for you guys that own these trucks, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, the truck is just a pleasure to drive. AC's blowing ice cold. So we've tested all the power components, everything: windows, power mirrors, sunroof, heated seats. Every single component of this truck works exactly as it should. That's just actually the sunroof still cracked a little bit. Perfect oil pressure, perfect operating temperature. Even the gauges themselves, I mean, just look how clean the cluster is. Radio works as it should. You do have a 6-disc in-dash CD player for those that still have CDs. Cigarette lighter, as I had touched on earlier, has never been used. All these steering wheel controls work exactly as they should as well. Hard on the brakes, very smooth braking, no vibrations or anything whatsoever. I'm gonna go ahead and throw it in reverse. It goes right into reverse, no delays, no hits. Truck will come with a full tank of gas. Go ahead and do a decently heavy acceleration, nothing too crazy. Just go through all the gears. Like I said, that's just the sunroof still open a little bit. Top of the steering wheel, as I touched on earlier, very, very clean. No leather wear. Very hot day here in Richmond, Virginia. Temperatures exactly where it should be. hard on the brakes. I mean, steering wheel is just smooth as can be. So let's go ahead and pop it in four-wheel drive. Instantly goes in. I can tell how it's gripping the concrete. It is definitely in four-wheel drive. Throw it out. No clunking of the transfer case, and yeah, it's definitely out already. Smooth transition, very smooth. So quick recap, guys. 03 Tahoe, she's loaded up, a true one-owner truck, garage kept, 40 service records on the Carfax report, flawless history. As you see, all the main parts that are known to rust on these, not an issue at all. Drivability is perfect, as clean as can be, extremely well taken care of. 100, let's get the exact miles, 104, so we'll call it 105,000 miles. Clean as can be. If you guys have any questions, 855-955-3377. Thank you.